had to ruin it.
Sorry.
Drums. Drums in the deep. We cannot get out. A shadow moves in the dark. We cannot get out. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us once again for yet another episode of Crit and Miss Presents Out of the Abyss. My name is Sven, and I shall be your beleaguered dungeon master for tonight, and I am joined once more by a pack of helpless victims. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
What's up?
Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming back. I always appreciate it. How are we all?
Good.
Surviving?
Good?
Swell.
Yeah.
Surviving?
Handy
Swell.
dandy.
Everyone's feeling well? No one's sick? Right?
Not well.
Not at all. Fantastic. Alrighty then. So, as always, we're going to start tonight's game off with a little bit of banter. It gives the people viewing at home, the millions and millions of fans that we have tuning in every second Thursday night, an opportunity to learn a little bit about our players. So tonight, I want you to name maybe not your favorite fantasy movie, but just give me the name of a good fantasy movie. Who wants to get us started tonight? Let's start with the guy in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Toby, give me the name of a good fantasy movie.
Oh,
I'll give you the easy one. You get the start.
Shit. I have to go. Yeah, for Return of the King, Lord of the Rings.
Return of the King?
Yeah.
Is that your specific, favourite out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or is it just the Lord of the Rings trilogy in general, but Return of the King?
Yeah. Nah, it's gonna be the favourite one. Yeah, I think Return of the King takes it just.
And what sort of what nudges it over the end is over the line over the other Lord of the Rings movies? Is there a specific scene? Is it the part where Legolas walks in and no one gives a shit at the end? That's one of my favourite scenes.
Yeah, it is. The first thing he says to Frodo throughout the entire movie, and yeah, that's probably the best scene ever. It's comes in, he's like, "Oh, I don't know who you are." And I'm like, "Oh, we're best friends."
It's one of my favourites. It's when right at the end of the movie and Bilbo's lying in bed and all the characters come walking in through the door and he's like, Gandalf, oh, Aragorn, oh, this guy, and then Legolas walks in and he just sort of gives them this blank stare. Have you ever noticed that? He doesn't say anything. It's kind of like he forgot what the guy's name was. It's
friend,
blonde, elf guy.
You are such an important part to our journey, friend.
Absolute favourite part of the movie.
Definitely does it.
As we get deeper into this, I feel like it's going to get more and more difficult to name good fantasy movies because they're a dime a dozen. Who's got one for me? All right, Mark, what do you got?
1981 version of Excalibur.
1981 version of Excalibur.
Yeah. Watched it when I was a kid and rewatched it many times. Very cool film.
And what is it about that movie specifically that makes it stand out above all the others?
I think for me it was because I was really into the story of King Arthur as a kid, and it was one of the better made movies of the time that told that story. And it was more of an adult movie. It was probably M, maybe even R-rated, and I was probably 14, 15 watching it, so it was a little bit risque in places as well.
Mm-hmm.
But a bunch of good actors in it. Helen Mirren's in it, Liam Neeson, Gabriel Byrne. Nigel Terry plays King Arthur. Nicole Williamson plays Merlin. Nicholas plays Lancelot. Katrine Borman as Igraine. There's heaps of really good people in it.
Those are some pretty big names. I am ashamed.
Even Patrick Stewart's in there.
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
Huh. Always a big fan of Patrick Stewart. And, of course, there we go. We have a little bit of a link. Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, of course, famously best buddies.
Yep.
Has anyone seen their videos of them hanging out?
I've seen a couple. Yeah, they're hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. Ian McKellen, famously gay. Patrick Stewart, famously straight, and they like kiss each other all the time, and it's fucking hilarious. You definitely need to check that out. And there was a TV show that he made, a few years ago, where he's like swearing and doing drugs and picking up hookers and all this kind of stuff. It's it's worth checking out. Very funny. So, 1981 story of King Arthur. Is that where a young Mark sort of picked up his love of the fantasy genre? Is that where we started with the D&D?
No, well, I think I probably watched this before I ever played D&D, but there was just one of many things I think early on. I used to have King Arthur was probably one of the very early. Not necessarily the movie, but I used to have a book of like written more for younger audiences stories, and it was like a progressive story of King Arthur's legend, but it tipped into other people in the story that were important as well, and it was illustrated. So it had like really cool pictures, like really nicely done painted art as the backdrop for the writing of the books, and it was I've read that like probably 100 times.
So it's illustrated, so even I could read it if I wanted to.
Well, you would see some nice pictures.
I could look at the pretty pictures. Is it a pop-out book?
Yeah.
I really like pop-out books.
No, I had those as a kid too. They were cool.
Except sometimes they scare me. I open the book and it pops out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll a d4. 1, 2. Grace, you're next. 3, 4. Ramy, you're up. Let's go. Let's roll the first dice for the night. It's a 3. You're up. What do you got?
Probably The Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. That's a good good choice.
The OG, hero conquering for love adventure story, and it still holds up today. So, yeah, it is a great film. Absolutely great film.
Good movie.
I haven't watched it in its entirety.
Haven't you?
Oof.
No.
Watch it, man. It's a great film.
Was it on the last episode of Out of the Abyss that I did the little trivia for The Princess Bride, or was that Baldur's Gate I did that for? I can't remember. Did I tell you guys this? No? You know the scene where Carrie Elwes's character gets bonked on the head with the sword and he gets knocked unconscious? Yeah, I did tell you that?
Yeah.
Hilarious. I need to get a clip so I can play that on the stream sometime. Always invokes a good laugh. But that just leaves one more person to enlighten us with their favourite or a good fantasy movie. What do you got?
Oh god. I guess ever the crunchy girl, I would definitely say Howl's Moving Castle, or if not Howl's Moving Castle, My Neighbor Totoro, and if not that, The Cat Returns.
All right.
I can't decide. They're all so good.
Well, how about this? I knew what the first one was, so let's go with that.
Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. Let's just stick with that one. It's a really good little Studio Ghibli movie. It's all animated.
That I know.
But yeah, it just need I say more?
It's a lovely story.
It's just Italian. It came from Italy. It's the first Studio Ghibli movie that was written in Italy.
No, so it's just about this girl called Sophie who's basically cursed to be an old woman, and then she meets up with this dude called Hal who's like really handsome, and then there's this huge war going on, and she becomes a maid and cleans his house, and he has a fire demon called Calcifer, and it's really deep, I promise, but I don't really know how to describe the plot of it, and I don't really watch a lot of fantasy movies. I'm a big Disney buff. So I mean, I was gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't really think that counts either.
No, I wouldn't count that as that's not a fantasy movie.
You say you're a Disney buff, you're a Disney movie buff, and you're not really into fantasy movies, but then that immediately reminds me, having mentioned Excalibur, that one of the very earliest movies I watched as a kid was probably The Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
And that was great.
That's one that I forgot.
When you said that, I was like,
I feel like Sword in the Stone is one that sort of slipped out of the the collective consciousness, and it's probably not the only one either. I can vaguely recollect another Disney-made fantasy movie. I just can't remember which one it is anymore. I remember I had a Game Boy game of it, and there was like a flying horse. No, not a flying horse. A flying something.
Hercules.
No. It wasn't Hercules. No, because I know that one. People still remember that one. Great Super Nintendo game. But no, there was this other one, and I can't remember what it is. It's just it's like in the back of my mind.
Most of them are animated.
Yeah, I don't know. It escapes my thought.
If we're talking nightmare fuel fantasy movies, The Dark Crystal.
Yes.
Probably that is nightmare fuel. And that maze one by David Bowie. Well, not by David Bowie. He's just in it, but like also nightmare fuel.
Labyrinth.
But slightly less. Thank you.
I can see Toby nodding vigorously as you mentioned The Dark Crystal. Are you like me? You just hate the use of puppets?
Yeah, that movie was fucked up. I remember seeing it when I was really young and thinking, this is just not okay.
No. All right, look, okay, no. Let me defend myself before you start tearing me apart, Grace. I am all for the use of puppets, but when you start getting puppets and make them look somewhat lifelike, but not really, with these big, cold, dead eyes, especially Dark Crystal was particularly bad for this because their eyes were just too big, and there's this cold, dead eyes, and I just
so creepy.
Hated it. I hated it. I still don't like it. I still don't like watching it. That's one thing that you can get me with. I don't like. You can computer animate anything, but when you get somewhat lifelike puppets and you just make them disproportionate and all weird looking, I don't like it. I don't like it, except for Team America, of course. That's my one exception. Okay, I'll give you guys two movies. Let's see if anyone knows these ones. First, let's go with Tom Cruise as a teenager running around in a butt flap. Legend. Who's seen Legend? Nope.
No, I don't think I have.
No?
No.
Ramy, I fail to believe that you haven't heard of Legend.
Legend.
Yep.
No.
Tom Cruise.
I am Legend. That's probably as close as I can get. Legend. No.
Wow.
I'll have to
Really,
Google it now. I know.
really showing my my niche knowledge here. Yeah, Legend was one of Tom Cruise's like very early movies. It's a fantasy movie. It stars Tim Curry as like a devil, and Tim Curry, he had like so much prosthetics and makeup on that he actually developed spinal problems from the size of the horns that he had to wear.
Oh, gee.
It's super weird, a bit dark towards the end, and just it's one big trip from beginning to end. It's like about a girl, and this Tom Cruise plays like some weird fairy nature spirit guy, and he shows this girl a unicorn, and she touches the unicorn, and that sets a curse in motion, and it's bizarre. But you know, Tom Cruise in short shorts, you know, can't go wrong, right?
Damn, those prosthetics are mad.
I know, right? The chin, the horns. He developed like neck problems because of the weight of those horns.
Very sick though. It looks really awesome. That would have taken a Jim Carrey and the Grinch amount of time to put together.
Yeah, it
Like,
was a lot of time.
yeah.
Imagine spending like 4 or 5 hours every day just sitting there getting shit stuck to your face, just so you can take 36 take of one scene, have it all pulled off again, so that you can go to sleep and then wake up in the morning just to have shit stuck on your face again. Could not do it.
Not comfortable, I will say. I've had prosthetics on my face, obviously being a special effects makeup artist, and what it does to your skin, not worth talking about.
Not fun. What do they use to glue it on? Do they just use super glue and cut it off at the end of the day?
I mean, it depends. Usually for the bigger pieces, you would see, now you've got me talking and you'll never get me to stop. Usually with the bigger pieces, you'd use like spirit gum or adhesive of some kind. Spirit gum is like usually what I used to use, and it's just like an adhesive that you like mix two ingredients together and then like whack on there, and it is nigh impossible to get off unless you have like the removal solution. If you're
So
smart,
she's basically sticking shit to people's faces with epoxy.
yeah, essentially, but safe, allegedly. If you're smart, you use scar wax, which is actually mortician's putty. So it's actually what they use to put together dead bodies. It's like what they use for the blending aspect. It's actually really interesting. They use putty to like fill in holes and wounds on dead bodies, but we also use it for special effects.
For open caskets, because you can't have a big gaping wound if he tripped over and smashed his head on an iron girder. Right.
100%.
I always did wonder about that. Oh, he smashed his head in. Oh, it's got to be a closed casket. You're going to have a lot of closed caskets.
Cornstarch and Vaseline.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you touch a dead body, see if it's a real part or not. If you're ever at a funeral, just give it a little poke.
Squishy.
That's crit and miss advice tonight, guys. You heard it here first. Poke dead bodies if you ever seen one.
Public service announcement, don't do that.
Please don't do that. Please don't.
Hey, I'm willing to have any sort of what do they call it when you have people know who you are, even if it's controversial.
No news is sorry. All.
Yep. Are you forgetting to speak English too? Because I've forgotten.
Yes.
Publicity.
All publicity is
word.
Good publicity. Or there's no such thing as bad publicity.
I'm open to have controversial publicity. 12-year-old pokes deceased grandma in the head because he was told to. No, don't do it.
Please don't.
Don't try this stunt.
I'm begging you.
Okay, but look, if you're getting life advice from Twitch,
Yeah.
you've gone.
Probably
if you're gonna do it, don't tell them Crit and Miss told you to.
You've gone down the wrong path. There's no saving you.
all, my dude. Don't do it at all.
All right, second movie, and this is the one that really brought it up for me because they recently released the trailer for the upcoming sequel series, Willow. No. Really?
Tell me more.
Willow?
Tell me more.
This absolute classic movie. I think it might be the first movie that I watched that is like a proper fantasy movie.
Look, just remembering you're like 5 times my age, all of you.
Oh, believe me.
Not 5.
4, 6, 8, 10. You're like 100 years older than me.
What? Huh?
Ramy's
all
at
of
least
you.
6 times.
I never forget how old I am. You don't need to remind me.
Sorry.
No, Willow. It directed by Ron Howard, and starring Warwick Davies. You know the wee folk. You know, little dude from Star Wars. Been in every Star Wars movie ever. And it has Val Kilmer in it. No, not ringing any bells.
It looks familiar. I'm looking at stuff, and it does look familiar. Also, apparently, Disney Plus is doing a series.
Yes, that's why I brought it up tonight. Is because they're releasing a sequel series, which is kind of exciting for me because I love that movie.
I don't remember if I watched it or not, but I remember I'm looking at the image that's like what would have been the VCR cover in the Blockbuster and stuff, and I remember seeing that in the shop like when it was out. I don't remember if I watched it or not though.
Well, I mean, I highly recommend. There's a couple of scenes that haven't aged as well as others, but it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. Warwick Davies.
You're talking about the 2001 version?
There's a 2001 version? Get out of here.
Well, I think the 2001 version is the one you're talking about if you're talking about the one with Val Kilmer in it.
Willow, 1988 with Val Kilmer.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah, right.
Yep.
So what's this one from 2001 then?
That can't be a thing. Oh, that's probably just a remake.
Special edition. Yeah, it was a special edition, and it's even got the same gold THX things that they were putting on the Star Wars movies around the same time.
That sound? Yep, THX. Yep. Sorry, Grace, I'm losing you here.
It's all good.
Come back.
Just talking about ancient times.
It's giving me real it's giving me real A Knight's Tale vibes, and I am here for it.
1988, that movie came out, 1 year after I was born.
I'm the
My
old man.
point still stands.
I'm the old man, aren't
My
I?
You are
point
the
still
old man.
stands.
Great movie. Check it out. I don't care how old you are, except if you're 1 year old. Don't watch it if you're 1 year old. 2 year old, go for it, but not a 1 year old. The troll scene.
Really?
Well,
It's terrifying.
I mean, my dad was showing me Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze at 2, so like, I mean,
There you go. There's a movie I haven't seen.
nothing better than ripping someone's throat out. Watching Patrick Swayze rip someone's throat out in the river or bloodied up, would highly recommend.
Watching Patrick
Very
Swayze
highly.
do anything, I'd highly recommend. Oops,
Yeah.
I pressed something. Don't press that.
You know what our audience might recommend?
I don't know. Tell me.
That
repeat process.
they get to watch us play some D&D.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. I kind of forgot about that. I went down this whole rabbit hole of movies. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, folks.
sorry, Goldilocks. All right, let's jump into our imagination and see what kind of crazy roads it takes us down. Who's ready to play some D&D?
I am.
You are? Ramy? Yep. Slight nod from you.
Let's kick it and whip it.
Let's kick it and whip it, as he says in his famous saying. All right. In order to do that, I need to change scenes. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go.
Please don't kill me in the first turn. I was playing a game last night, and I got
Oh,
one
wow,
shot
she
by a
looks
bloody
pissed
ogre.
off.
Oh, suck it.
She looks real pissed off.
Hey. Hey, that's scary.
We open up on a close-up of a drow man. He's lying on the cold stone floor. His long white hair is matted with blood. More blood trickles from his mouth, and we can see his nose is completely smashed in. He coughs and sputters as blood trickles out of his mouth. A feeble groan escapes from his lips. He braces his palm against the stone, trying to lift himself from the floor, but we hear a sickening crack and bones pierce through his forearm. He lies there with terror in his eyes. Perhaps he's begging, finally realizing that this is the end. A booted foot steps over him and a hand reaches down, grabbing a handful of his bloodied hair and jerking his head up before sliding a long curved dagger along his throat. The drow's eyes go wide and he lets out one last pathetic gurgle before the hand releases him and his head hits the stone floor once again. We pan up and we see the owner of that dagger, the same disfigured drow warrior who allowed Thrash to escape just a few days ago. He turns his scarred face towards the priestess who's standing nearby, who in return turns her gaze to another handsome young drow warrior, his eyes downcast in supplication. She looks at him. Raising her magical rod to his face, he recoils slightly but holds his ground. Perhaps I was wrong to entrust one so young with so much responsibility, she says, her voice full of malice. The tentacles at the end of the rod begin to writhe and awaken, caressing his face, and he recoils just a little bit more. I don't know how they escaped, he says, but I promise you, mistress, I will get them back. She strikes him hard across the face. Of course I will get them back. She stares daggers at the drow warrior. The Spider Queen has been robbed of a sacrifice, she says. She stops regarding a trinket in her hand. The trinket's a necklace depicting a slouch hat with a feather. And Menza Berenzan shall have their prize. As she finishes, a drow scout steps into view. My mistress, he says, with his eyes also downcast. We've picked up their trail. They're headed towards the Dark Lake. And we change scenes. Now, who remembers where we left off? Yes, Mark. I think you're the best person to describe what happened at the end of last episode.
So we were traveling along, and I don't remember much, but we were traveling along, trying to be kind of quiet, and then some bright spark got it into their head that, people were a bit sad and might want a song. So Serethal picked up his lute and tried to do a bit of a pling, 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 and I rolled like something stupid on my performance check, probably a 1. And then there were noises from above us and big nasty creatures that were about to jump on our heads. Scary. Ouch.
Yeah, so that's right. I think it was your third or second day of travel, or you're beginning your third day of travel, and yeah, you decided to play everyone a little bit of a Metallica cover on your lute as you were traveling. And I was still sitting on a complication that someone had given me before. Not sure what it was. So I decided to pull that complication out of my pocket, throw it down on the table, and play it. It was a good enough opportunity. You rolled so poorly, I thought I'd give you something to play with. So that's where we left off. You heard, as you strummed, Susa, who was leading the party, stopped, and he turned around. And you just waited, and you could hear clack, clack, clack from somewhere, from the way that you guys had just come from. And you could hear something in response, clack, 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 just a little bit further in the direction that you guys were coming. Someone cast dancing lights and floated the lights up to the ceiling. And clinging to a crevice, a crack in the stone wall of this 100-foot high cavern was this strange creature. It's like a cross between like a vulture and like a praying mantis or something like that. It has this vulture-like head, like a big carapace on its back, and a pair of like hooked bone-like mandibles for arms. In fact, I don't even describe it to you. Let's go to the map, shall we?
Bird crab. Bird crab.
There we go. When it loads. Has it loaded?
It has for
loaded,
me.
but I was just zoomed right in. So,
Oh,
I went back and had a quick look and to see what the party order was. Now, I actually had it written down in my notes. Party order. You had Serethal up the front, and you were traveling along with Susa and Eldrith, who were leading the party because they were the ones doing the survival checks. After that, we had Althera, so you're right behind him. You're traveling from east to west in this instance. Then I had in big letters, there's my professional DM notes, guys. You can't read that because it's the wrong way around, but it says idiots. So I put all the idiots in the middle, which is all the NPC characters. And then at the back we have Perseus and then Thrash, the troublesome.
Right.
So that's where you are. Now, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have a lot of people involved in this combat and only one DM, unfortunately. So I have unlocked these NPCs character sheets for you guys to look at if you wish to do so. Excuse me. Who wants to run an NPC and who do you want to have? All right.
Yeah, I'm happy to run.
I don't want to be sitting here playing Dungeons and Dragons with myself. People didn't come here to see me. They came here to see you guys. So, is everyone cool to run an NPC for this combat?
Pretty please let me play the archer. Pretty please.
All right. We'll start with you, Grace.
There's like 9 NPCs and 4 of us players, so we could probably end up running like 2 each.
Yeah, you can. I'll give you 2 each. Let's start with just the first one though. So, does everyone have in mind what are there any clashes? Is everyone okay with Grace taking Eldith? Everyone's cool with that?
Is that the dwarf?
That's the dwarven
Yes.
dwarven woman with the longbow.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Thank
So.
you all so much.
I didn't want to try and do a female dwarf voice because it was just going to come out as Scottish male because that's pretty much how I imagine a female dwarf to sound.
Well, I'll tell you what. You worry about the mechanics, and if it comes time for them to pipe in roleplay wise, I can sort of do that if you need me to do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
that'd be great. 'Cause
you can move them.
I can't do a Scottish accent.
Do the attacks. Okay, I take it back. Grace, you need to do Scottish accent. Everyone else, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Let's go next. Mark, who do you want?
I guess I'll take Shusha since he's down here with me.
All right, you're taking Shusha from behind. Am I right? Oh,
No.
sorry. Ramy.
I'll take Jim Jar and Turvy. They're brothers, right?
No. Jim Jar had a sister named Topsy who is gone.
Okay, I'll just take Jim Jar for now.
Take Jim Jar, and now I will give it over to Toby to make his final decision. What do you want? Who do you want?
I'll go Darrendal.
Darrendal. All right, you have Darrendal. Let's go back to the top. Grace, who's your second?
I will take our drow friend, if that's okay.
I believe his name is Sareth. Yes, it is. All right.
Yes.
Mark.
Who's left?
Good question. We have Ront. Stool. We have Turvy.
Yeah, and Pepito.
Papido. Yes.
I'm not going to take Ron because he doesn't like me.
He doesn't like any of you.
I know.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
Why not Turvy? He's got some health.
All right,
Maybe I won't
Turvy.
get him killed.
You're taking Turvy.
Does take a minute. I see what you mean about it taking a minute to load these stat blocks.
Yeah, it does take a hot second. Ramy, you're second.
I'll take Ront.
Right. How did I not see that coming? You're a big Ront fan. Last up, Toby. Who do you want?
I'll go Pepito.
Papido.
Yeah.
All right. That leaves me with everyone's favourite Stool.
Yeah,
So
you
right,
got the
Stool
best one.
for the DM. Hooray! That means I don't have to roleplay because he doesn't have to talk. Let's add everyone to the combat tracker and let's just get straight into combat. So I'm going to say these creatures, they knew that you were here before you knew that they were here. So they got a surprise round, and they used that surprise round just to jump down into the position that they're in now, just letting go from this cavernous cliff face, dropping down
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't
to the ground.
Turvy
below.
is one of the siblings?
Yes, Turvy is one of the siblings, and Topsy. Where's
Didn't
his sister?
someone say they were taking the siblings? Or is the sister's dead?
Yes,
Yeah,
sister's
remember,
dead.
because I had
no,
to tell
it's
him
this
that
guy.
we were gonna get revenge
Yep.
and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
All right, so I'm gonna put no, that hooker is still there. That is fantastic, and I changed their artwork a little bit just because I like that artwork a little bit better. How do you like that? How do you like them apples? It's a little bit scarier looking. Yeah, zoom right in on that guy.
Crab chicken.
Crab chicken praying
Crab
mantis.
chicken. It's
Um,
like surf and turf.
yeah, well,
That's scary.
there you go. I see no reason if you survive this combat why you can't eat them. So you're in
Surf
this
and turf.
10 to 15 foot wide, completely dark corridor. Yeah, the corridor continues towards the west. It curves slightly towards the south, and that's sort of the extent of your vision. You're not sure how far it continues on for. These two creatures have jumped down. I'm going to change the Sirenscape player, and we're going to jump straight into combat. I'll get everyone to roll for initiative while I do this.
Load my
Can we
Sirenscape
roll
player
for
too,
our
so I don't have to hear
NPCs?
music. You can open the
Or do
stat
they
block
just-
if you right click on them, and then you should have
Okay.
some options in there. It just takes a minute for them to load.
Yeah.
But at least if it's us doing two of them, it'll save some time with Sven having to load each one of
100%.
Absolutely. It'll save me a bit of a headache too. Alright. Let's
So
have a
keen to be
look.
back playing an archer. I miss shooting pointy things at people.
So I guess the question is, you guys can't roll initiative for your NPCs, right? So I'll need to do that.
No.
Just
Yeah.
do a dex roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I
it's
said roll for him.
Okay, well, I'll just do a dex roll. Okay.
Turvy got a 19.
All right, bugger. All right, let's start with Turvy. Where are you, little buddy? There you are. Let's add you to the combat tracker with a 19.
And bringing up...
There you go. What's your other one, Mark?
Shusha got a 2.
Shusha, quick off the bat. Got a solid 2.
And then I will roll mine. Hey, I got a 5.
Should have pre-rolled these. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to add the rest of the NPCs to the combat tracker and just let it automatically roll there. Sorry about that, guys. It's just going to be so much easier. Add to combat tracker. It will automatically roll all of this. You'll be happy with that too. Most of them rolled pretty good. And now I'm going to add my monsters to the combat tracker. Alright. There we go. Let's give it a little bit more oomph to that ambiance. Alright, so we're these two horrifying monstrosities have dropped down from the ceiling. They land with a thud down on the stony floor. One of them lifts its head towards you. The one towards the east is actually down on the floor, and the other one is still crawling along the wall. He's about 30 feet up at the moment. The one on the east lands with a thud, turns its razor-sharp beak towards you and lets out this blood-curdling "Arrgh!" and taps on the floor with its bony protrusion. And starting off the combat, we have Turvy. Who's playing Turvy? You are up.
That would be me.
That's going to be you. Turvy's the quickest.
Alright. Well... being that I've had a quick read through, and I remember what Toby was kind of acting like, I'm pretty sure, I reckon he would be most likely to scamper up here into this corner. Do you reckon he can still see anyone from there? Of the bad guys?
If he... let's draw a line and see if it goes through something. I'd say... probably not.
Alright, so
maybe I'd give him 3/4 cover.
Maybe he'll like go there then instead. That's probably... you can maybe still see that guy.
Maybe half cover for the guy down the south and no cover for the guy on the east, but do keep in mind that you will be shooting through 2 allies if you're going to hit the one on the east, which is going to give him a +4. It's going to act as 3/4 cover.
Alright, so it's half cover on the one to the south?
Yes.
Alright, he'll probably take a crack at that with his hand crossbow, I think it is. I'm just having a look.
Sure it's not his foot crossbow? Aha!
Yeah,
Dad joke.
Pretty sure.
Everyone loves dad jokes.
Oh yeah, of course. Yep, it's a hand crossbow. +4 to hit, so let's roll that. 19?
A 19, yes, is going to be a hit, so it bypasses its bony carapace and hits it on the soft underbelly, doing 6 points of damage. Alright.
Yep.
Let's bring up my stat block here. And we'll do 6 points of damage. Not too bad. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good start for old Turvy. Good thing you guys managed to convince him to keep or stay around for a little bit longer.
Right. I think he's probably keen on this revenge, but he's still a little like he doesn't want to, fight these things up close. So he's gonna hide back there and just pew.
He draws back the string on his hand crossbow and he says, "This," with tears in his eyes, "this is for Topsy," and lets loose a bolt.
Nice.
That's his turn. Next up, we have Bapido.
He's going to be inspired by Turvy and pull out his light crossbow and move up to just here and take a shot at the one at the south.
Right.
Light crossbow.
Let's draw a line from him. Yeah, I'd say yeah, it's alright. No penalty to that one.
So 17 hit.
Yes. Gee, look at you guys rolling absolute rocks tonight, guys. Good work.
Gets to ask me to roll one.
Yeah, you need to save those ones for when it's more important.
For 8 points of piercing damage.
Holy hell! Look at that. It's a good start. Yep. No problem. Good. It screeches
This way is going to stay.
as 2 crossbow bolts find purchase in its soft underbelly. It's definitely mad. Runt, you're up.
Mr. Ront is going to move this way. 5, 10.
Takes a 5-foot
20.
step to the right.
And then he's going to use his great axe and have a swing-a-ding-ding.
He's going to have a
for a
swing
crit?
ding ding for a critical hit. Holy crap, look at this.
So that'll be 12 plus
Oh,
3
yeah.
is 15 plus 10 for 25 damage.
That is.
Wow.
25 points of damage? Are you sure that's right?
Oh, are you doing max? Sorry, I've got a few different rules with crits. How are you doing crits? Are you doing the max die once and then roll once, or?
No, so just using the standard critical rule, just roll damage twice and then add a modifier.
Okay, cool. So that'll be 13 and plus one more d10 for another 10, so 23.
So 23 points of damage. Still a solid hit. Not too bad. Alright,
That's his turn.
nice. Good start, guys. Good start to this combat. Now I feel like I should have done more with my surprise round. Where are you? That one right there. So this creature, 2 crossbow bolts have just pierced its belly, and this thick brown ooze starts to pour out of the wounds. It's going to, I don't know. I guess it's going to climb along the wall. 5, 10, 15, and then down a little bit so it can reach Eldeth, who is the closest thing to it right now. And it's going to make 2 attacks. Let's find out. Oh, that's a 16, and that's going to hit Eldeth, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn straight.
Alright, so that's 1 hit. Let's roll some damage. Because it is important
This
to
is
roll the
gonna be
damage first.
crispy.
So, 10 points of, what is that? Is it piercing? Where is it? There it is, yes. So 10 points of piercing damage to Eldeth. She sort of uses her bow to try and push this thing away, but its speed and velocity does not match its size, and it comes at her with these 2 razor sharp hooked claws. So, what did I say? 10 points of damage. So she's got 6 points left. And it's going to take another attack with a... I think you're alright. 5? Oh, 11 to hit. So that is going to be a miss on the second attack. And Eldeth lives
13.
to fight
Yeah.
another day. At least for the time being.
Yes.
Sarikar, you're up.
Yay, I will just go with the flavor of the episode and take out my little crossbow, and do a little shooty, to the closest one.
Alright, so... I'm going to give him
24.
a +2, and it's not going to matter, because you're going to hit him with that regardless.
I think that's another crit.
It is another crit. I'm just like, and max damage on both. Okay, so that's 17 damage.
What, 17? I'm seeing
17.
7 and 5 +2. No, 7 and 5. I'm seeing 12 points of damage. Where are you getting 17 from?
5. It's a crit, so I rolled twice. So 5 and 5 and 7 and 2, and now I'm getting confused.
So when you score a critical hit in the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition rule set, you roll whatever dice that you have to roll for damage twice. So in this case, I believe it's a D6.
Yes.
And then you add the modifier to it 1 time. So the first one was a 5, and the second one was a 5 +2. So 7 and 5
So 7.
is 12.
Okay. Sweet. Awesome.
12 points
Sorry.
of damage. Still a good hit.
Yeah.
You're definitely putting me a bit on the back foot here. Gonna have to pull out all the stops.
6 more join the fight.
Ah,
Yeah. Don't say that. Don't give him ideas.
Oh, then
please.
it's my character's turn. Stool, what's he gonna do? He steps back into the corner and sort of covers up his little mushroom cut with his hands as best as he can, as he takes the dodge action. Then we have Perseus.
Well, I'm going to move down alongside Thrash here and then into the corner. And I'm going to do like a tuck and roll, point my sword at it, and then instead of like a blue lightning bolt, this kind of more gold lightning bolt is going to shoot off the tip of my sword straight at it. And I'm going to try and hit it with the guiding bolt.
yeah.
Ooh, for a 9.
9 points of damage. Oh, 9 to hit. No.
hit, yeah.
9 to hit. Yeah, no. It strikes its bony carapace and reflects off to the stone wall behind it.
Shit. And I'm just going to get up and hoist my shield and get right up in its face. I'll move to here, just cast one into a shot, whatever. Yeah, I'll just be kind of there, poking my shield at it, trying to get its attention.
It looks towards Ront, it looks back towards you, it's not sure which one of you it wants to kill first. Lady Athera Westington, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to run up to this bad boy and hit it with my scythe, but as I do, I'm going to put a booming blade on it,
Okay.
just for a 23 to hit.
A 23 hits.
And then it's going to do 6 damage, and it is under the booming effect. So it there you can see like this lightning's now spinning around it, but it's not lightning. It looks like shadow with like this crackling kind of eldritch energy through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to teleport over to here and trying to get it to follow me.
Teleports. Yes, of course. So is that Misty Step that you're using?
No, that's just my Blessing of the Raven Queen.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. I forgot. No, I did mention that this is complete darkness, didn't I? So let me ask you this. Perseus, what are you using for a light source at the moment? I think there's still some dancing lights floating about. Should I put some dancing lights on the board?
Gandalf one, right?
Yeah, I thought the dancing lights were up, but otherwise, if there was no light source before we got cracking, I would definitely have my hobo Gandalf stuff in my, like, tucked into my back there with the world's best anglerfish.
Alright, so let's go with above VTT tokens.
Those things are
Overlays.
scary. The anglerfish. I don't like them.
Yeah, I'm also not a big fan of anglerfish.
Yeah.
So
It's just something about them.
there's one
It's the
dancing light.
eyes.
Let's put another dancing light over somewhere else. Lady Athera, these are your dancing lights, aren't they? Or are they someone else's?
No.
No? Whose dancing lights are these? Someone cast dancing
They're
lights.
Seraphol's.
No, they're not mine.
Someone did it.
I think they're the other drow.
No, I didn't do that. Someone else did it. Alright, we'll get rid of them. There you go. There's no dancing lights. Someone lost their concentration and they disappeared. But Perseus, you have 10 feet of light around you. So let's go 10 feet. There you go. That's what you can see. That and nothing else. So do keep that in mind.
Awesome.
Thrash the Troublesome. What trouble can you
Wait,
bring to this combat?
May I please rage? I asked out of politeness, but I'm going to do it anyway.
No.
So I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna have a little schmacky with my axie. That would be a 16.
Holy shit. Speaking of Dr. Dre, you need to sign this woman here, because them some sick lines. Smacky with my axie. Alright, you're gonna try and hit this hook horror to the east. Alright,
Yes,
so let's go
and I got a
ahead.
16.
Let's move you over there, and you got a 16 for that? Yes, absolutely. That's a hit.
Yaysies. Okay. Let's... Oh, I rolled a crossbow. Ignore that. Let's go with my axe instead. Oh, that's crispy. That's 13 damage.
13
Wait,
damage.
13, 14, 15 damage.
Yes.
Because I'm raging.
Nicely
Yes.
done. I was about to remind you about that, but you beat me to it. Good work.
I remembered.
13 points of damage. Didn't like that. Not one little bit. Can't imagine why. Alright. You still have some movement left if you want to move, but other than that, I think you've done everything. You have bonus action,
I
you
mean-
have standard action.
I guess I'll just move just a teensy bit closer, but other than that, not really.
Alright. Let's go to the next person, and the next person is this guy, which is Darendil. Darendil,
He
the real
can
MVP.
see- He can see really well in the dark, so he's going to look to one to the right and see that there's a lot of people on that, and he's going to go his 30 feet to the left one, and then he's going to flex his hands. His claws are going to go a little bit longer, and he's going to make 2 claw attacks at this left one.
I just remembered I put character notes in the character sheet, so try to refrain from reading those, guys. Okay.
About that.
You already read it, didn't you, you son of a bitch?
Already. I thought I was supposed to figure out this is the best way to figure out how they would behave.
Alright, well, I mean, there you go. What did we roll on that 2 hit? A 21.
21 for the first claw.
Where are you guys getting these dice from? Is there a
All
thing
loaded.
in D&D Beyond where you can buy loaded dice? Because I want to know about this.
No, we baked them just on one side though. We like shoved our laptops in the oven and baked them on one side.
Oh, can I do that? I'll do that. We're going to go to a short break, guys. I'm going to chuck my computer in the oven for a little bit, and we'll be right back, and you're going to see me win this game.
Don't do that, please.
7 points of damage. Alright.
Points for the first claw attack, and then he's going to go again with his other hand for the second claw attack. Oh, for even more 24 to hit,
Oh, get out of here with that shit.
and then another 9 points of slashing damage.
Is anyone seeing this? Am I the only person seeing these rolls? This is ridiculous.
I'm cheating on purpose.
Why can't I roll like this? This is not fair. 9 points of damage.
And that's his turn.
I'd like to have some fun too. I'm kidding. I always have fun. Serathel Duskren. Now's your chance to prove to the party that you're not just dead weight.
Oof.
We believe in you.
Lobo straight out of bat.
I'm really glad that was the invisible voice in the sky saying that, and not anyone in the party being that I'm the only one that can freaking heal them.
You hear Lady Athera say to you,
You're right. Can I hit it from here? Is that 5 feet?
it could hit her, so you can hit it. Unless there's something I'm missing.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is.
Okay, that's okay.
Yep, you're
cool.
fine.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm gonna step forward, longsword,
Oh, it
shield.
does. Actually,
And-
no, I'm going to retroactively say no, you cannot hit that because this thing has 10 foot of reach. So it is just out of your reach, up on the
So I have
wall.
to go.
That's why I originally thought I was going to keep them on the wall. There you go.
Oh, so if I get right up close, I can't hit it.
Even if you get right up close, you cannot hit it, but it can hit you. Saying that, I
Right.
did allow Darendil to hit it, so I guess it would only
Yeah.
be fair if I retroactively give it its health back, right?
No.
If it
No,
knows he
that-
What if I
Well,
go
just-
around here and clamber up the wall a little bit and smash it in the beak?
Yeah, Darendil has a climbing speed equal to his walking speed as well, so if that comes into play, he can climb up the wall. And
Oh, right. So
I
Darendil
know-
climbed up the
yeah,
wall a
I
little
know.
bit and was able to reach it. So I'm sorry, Sarathel, you can't reach it. It has 10 foot of reach
Okay.
and you do not.
Okay. We're gonna be like that, are we?
Oh, we are. From now on, that's how I'm going to be.
Case. In that
Now that
case.
we're rolling well, he's gotten
In
salty.
that case, I'm going to
This is my
Like a
salty
fish.
face.
So with it being up there and me being here in my original position,
Yep.
can it reach me from there?
No, it can only reach the people closer to it because it's up high on the wall.
Yep, cool. Alright, so I could effectively move back to, say, here. And then, how do I want to do this?
Hit it with your bow.
Yeah, well, I could shoot it with my crossbow.
Do something really creative here. Do something fun.
Yeah, I was
wild.
thinking about that. Like, I'm gonna burn a spell slot here, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna like stare at the thing, catch its eyes if I get a moment, and then point a finger at it so it knows I'm talking to it, and then my voice is gonna boom out, supported by like the sound of the, supported by the weave and the blessing of the gods that I follow, and I'm just going to tell it, approach, and use the command spell.
All right. What do I roll? Wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom DC 14.
Wisdom. All right. Yeah, not too bad. DC 14. Natural 19. There's my chance in the spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. Natural 19. It does not obey your command.
God damn it.
But I like that. That's fun. It's a good try. But that's what you get to save or suck spells.
Well then, oh no, I can't cast that because it's first level spell as well. Alright, so that's gonna be me.
That's going to be you. End of Serathel Duskerin's turn, and then we go to Jimjar.
Jimjar, that is me.
That is you.
So, is this one to the right on the ground?
It is, yes. It dropped down.
Okay. But it's still like 10 feet tall?
Yes.
Awesome. He's going to move over to here, and he's going to shoot it in its head with his hand crossbow for a 10 to hit.
No. A 10 is a miss.
And then he's going to get really, really close into the ledge and attempt to hide from the creature as a bonus action.
Okay.
For a 15 stealth. As he goes up against the wall and tries to hide into the nooks.
He's trying to hide into the nooks. So we're talking about Jinjar here. Where are you, Jinjar? You're down there. 15 stealth. Okay, he does that. Good.
And that is his turn.
Alright, no problem. Then we go to the next person, which is Shusha. Otherwise known as Sushi.
Sushi.
Alright,
Sushi.
straight up. So he's got like weapons and stuff that he can do, but because I read his notes, I know that he absolutely would not do anything to try and hurt either of these creatures. So he's going to run back here. And is there a defend action, or can I just?
There's an assist action.
Yeah. Never mind then. He's just going to go and hide up here with Stool, and take the dodge action as well.
So he makes his way over towards the to the northeast a little bit, up next to his cowering mushroom friend Stool. He takes up a position next to him, and he's going to take the dodge action as well. That brings us to the end of the round, which means
sorry,
it is.
Sven.
Oh yes.
Before your bird chicken crab thing attacks, Eldith isn't on the combat order.
Oh, isn't she?
Oh dear.
No, I'm sorry.
whoopsies.
I just wanted to wait till you were finished because I felt really bad interrupting. But she's not up.
All right, I'll allow it. Wait, I thought she just rolled really poorly. No, she did not roll at all. There she is. So, not too bad. It's only one position off, so it is now her turn.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
sweet sauce.
Before
I'll
my
hit her with my bird.
Crab chicken.
The only reference to a Scottish accent I have is Merida.
Do keep in mind.
You can change your feet, and she'll hit her with her bow.
You are you're in melee range of this creature, which means that you will be firing with a disadvantage because you're in a threatened square.
Hurts my goats. Okay, I'll just hit it with the short sword then.
Okay. That you can also not do because you can't reach it.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, well, I'll just hit it with the bow then.
Alright, roll with disadvantage.
Let's see.
So a 7. No, you're not going to hit.
14.
I already know you're not going to hit because you
Yeah.
rolled a 7. So that's not enough.
Crispy.
But thank you for keeping me honest. I completely forgot about Eldeth because there's too many people on the combat tracker. So now it's going to be my other creature's turn. What shall we name you? We're going to name you Gargatron.
KFC.
KFC. That's, you know what,
KFC.
that's probably healthier than the chickens that they use for KFC.
Yeah.
Ooh, who's it going to hit? So we're going to go 1 Ront.
Can I be a pain?
I'll allow it.
Rules is written,
Okay.
range attacks in close combat. You have disadvantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and who isn't incapacitated. Not within a 10-foot reach of a creature that can reach further, but within 5 feet actually right next to it.
Well, that's a dumb rule, but still, a 14 is not enough to hit, so it still doesn't hit. But no, thank you for keeping me honest, Mark. I really appreciate it, Mark.
I did just want to stab it in the face with my sword, Sven, but I had to get creative, so...
See,
Not like
we're
I had
all
time on my
rolling too well, so now he's leaning on the rules, and now the rules aren't working for
The rules weren't working for me, so I thought I'd just ignore them entirely and just do whatever works for me. And apparently I can't even do that.
Well, it's fine, you can, because you could also turn around and be like, well, yeah, that's rules as written, but this is our game and it's different.
I don't like changing rules mid-combat. I might think about changing that later on, because I think that's a dumb rule. Because,
I agree, it is a bit dumb.
It's a silly, just a silly place. Let's go. This creature's turn. It is this crab chicken vulture's turn on the east of the map here, and it is going to make an attack, but it's not sure who it's going to make its first attack on. So it's going to roll a d4. 1 is Ront, 2 is Thrash, 3 is Perseus, and 4 is just going to be a re-roll. You know what? I could just roll a d6. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
But
So do d6.
2. It's Thrash the Troublesome's turn to take a little bit of damage, which is the worst one I could have chosen. I really wish it was someone else, but it's not. Alright, here comes the pain Thrash with a...
Hit me.
I can't even see that because the dice landed on it. Just wait, it'll go away in a second. 10. 10 is not going to hit.
Definitely not.
And a natural 1. Fantastic.
Yeah, no. Does it complication because it rolled so low, Sven?
Yes, there is a complication because it rolled so low. With the 3 of you, it starts making its attacks towards the 2 of you at the south, and that gives Ront an opportunity to stick his axe in between its legs, and he rips out one of its legs and the thing lands prone on the ground.
Yes, Ront. Yes.
Where is it? Note, options, markers, there we go. Prone. So that thing falls prone on its back, and the hooks on its back sort of dig into the ground, and it's having a little bit of trouble struggling to get back onto its feet. And that brings us to the top of round 2. As that happens, you guys can hear the sound of more clicking. Some, I don't know, 60 feet further down the cavern from the way that you guys just came from. So you're on a bit of a timer here. Starting off the top of round 2 is Toby. Toby, what do you want to do?
Alright. He's probably going to try, and at this point, he's a bit scared, but he knows he has to try and help everyone survive so that he can get his revenge. So he might move around to get a better shot. Do you reckon this thing's still going to be getting half cover if he stays here, or?
You know what? You're fine.
Alright. Well, he's just going to have another shot with his
It's up on the wall. You're shooting up over them.
Yep. Just opening up his stat block. Hey, that was rather fast. Nice one. Okay, where's the hand crossbow? There it is. +4 to hit. 10. I don't think that's going to do it.
No, it's not.
No.
Unsurprisingly. The tides are changing.
Now, hand crossbows can only be fired once a turn, even if a character can fire twice, right?
If it has the loading property, and I believe it does.
Yeah. It doesn't say so on this stat block, but I'm pretty sure hand crossbows.
Yeah, crossbows, I'm pretty sure all have the loading property.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's all from him.
It's all from everyone's favourite, Toby. Then we have Bapido. Bapido, it's your time in the spotlight. Let's show everyone what you can do.
Yeah, I might have read a little bit extra itself. I didn't read all of it, but he's going to spend his whole action just fumbling his crossbow reloading. His whole turn.
His whole turn?
His crossbow. Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright. No worries. Ront, it's your turn. You just tripped this creature up.
Yeah, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna pull his great sword back over his head and with a orcish roar comes swinging on in for a 13 to hit.
13. With advantage because it's prone.
Neat. 13.
No.
Oh dear.
That's his turn.
Alright, the
It's
tides are
going south
changing.
so quick.
Alright. It's my hook horror's turn. Who do you want to attack? Let's go 1-2 for Elder, 3-4 for Darendil. Oh. 3, god damn it, come on, seriously? Alright. The gods have decided, and I shall obey. For a 3 to hit, no, that's a miss. And for its second attack, I'm going to roll another d4. Another 3, look at that. So Darendil, here comes the second attack with a 5, and it misses. Its claws flying wide, almost seeming to get stuck in the craggy surface of the cliff face. Sareth, it's your turn. What do you want to do, my friend?
Do that. Wrong button, sorry.
Who's
got Sareth?
Oh, I do. Sorry,
Yes.
I was zoning out.
There we
Wowie
go.
zowie. Okay.
Wowie zowie, really on these sayings.
I'm rolling initiative. Why am I doing that? Sorry. I will hit it with the hand crossbow.
Right,
That is
Sareth.
a 15 to hit.
Where are you? There you are. Who are you hitting? The one on the right or the one on the left?
I can't tell my left and right. The one closer.
The one
Yeah,
closer,
that
the
one.
east, the east one.
One to the right.
I'm
The
sorry.
one to the right.
What do you mean you can't tell your left or right?
I can't tell my left from right.
Oh, okay. Well, there
Is
you
this
go.
a thing? I
Um,
just can't. It's just a, yeah.
It's an
I
L,
know.
left.
I realize this, but it's very inconvenient when you're driving on Flinders Street and you have to take your hands off the wheel to go to like. Oh.
Hey, that
It's-
doesn't make you any worse driver than anyone else driving around on Flinders Street.
Very
Honest.
true.
But if you're happy to
Very,
know
very true.
that a 15 is a hit.
Oh,
It is
boo to
prone.
the
Does it get a
yard.
bonus to...
Yeah,
It does, doesn't it?
disadvantage if you're shooting at something that's prone.
No, bugger that. That's
Okay.
stupid. I'm gonna give it. Like it has 3/4 cover, so I'm just gonna give it +4. Does that make sense?
Okay, well,
Yep.
not really, but I got a 4. I don't mind.
Um,
What is it? So it would be 8.
so it would have been an
Damage?
11 to hit. So that's not going to be enough to hit it.
okay.
So yeah, that's a miss,
Okay.
unfortunately. While it works to the advantage of your companions who are within melee range, if you're taking a ranged attack against a prone creature. It's like if someone's shooting at you and you dive down to the ground. But I will say, if you're standing right next to the damn thing, it's not going to get that +4 to its AC. Because that would be stupid. and I'm breaking
But
my
then
own
you'd be
rules.
at disadvantage for being in melee with it.
Shut up. Stool, he's going to do what he did before. He's going to take the dodge action, and then it's Perseus' turn.
So since he's lying on the ground, I'm going to try and just jab my sword right up, like where its thigh meets its body. Get that nice little artery in there with my long sword. With advantage because it's prone, right? Still. Yep.
Yes, oh yes, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought that was a statement, not a question.
Oh, I got a natural one and a natural 20. So natural 20.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yes.
this is fun. I'm having fun. You guys having
Yes,
fun?
it is. I'm having so much fun. Yeah.
Max damage, so right in that artery for 20 points of slashing damage.
Dead.
It's not dead.
Hey Sven, I love how your camera followed you there as you turned and looked away in disgust and it just zoomed in.
It does that. And you know what the funny thing is? Every time I take a sip from my alcoholic drink, it zooms out too, like it doesn't want to see what I'm doing. Yeah, no, that's a lot of damage, though. What's that? 8 plus 8?
That's a lot of
Plus 4.
damage.
Yeah, so the
Well, it's-
2d8s and then plus 4.
It's not dead, but why don't you tell me how it looks when you sink your sword into this creature doing 20 points of damage with a level
Yeah,
2
so it's
character?
as it's like kicking in on its like side, on the prone, I'm gonna like kind of brace my shield to try and push its leg up, so its like leg sort of extends open a bit more, and then kind of aim for its like, that's crutch, yeah, it's crutch. I'm gonna just stab it like right where its thigh meets its body, and just right in there, nice and deep, and give my sword a little twist as I pull it out.
1, 2,
So
it's
opening the
male.
wound a little bit.
It's male, so you see a big
Something or it's not.
hanging pair of crab testicles as you stab it in the crotch. And
That's
even,
totally how crabs work, everybody.
yes, crabs have check it. Next time you're on the beach, have a look. They've all got little crab testicles. Even if you don't kill it, at least you know it won't be having children anytime soon.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Lady Athera, you're up.
Cool.
Fireball.
If anyone's watching this and you're good at art, I want to see the art for crab testicles. By the way,
15.
Why?
I'm gonna run up.
because it'd be funny.
You'll get it.
Gonna run up to this and hit it with my scythe with advantage. It's prone.
All right.
Ugh. There we go for a 19.
19, yes, that is a hit.
Excellent. For 14 damage.
14 damage? Are you serious? Wait, are you using Dex for that? You are, aren't you? Alright. 14.
No, I'm using my charisma.
Why?
Blade.
Because I'm a hexblade.
Of course you are.
I have a very important question about this. How obvious are you about that fact?
What, that my scythe, when I move around, kind of like slowly has this mist off me, and when I shoot my abilities, it's kind of like a shadowy, so it's not.
Yeah, so
Not
you're not like talking about some patron you get your powers from, or like
Oh, no, not at all.
being a warlock. No,
No,
like
no.
I might just assume that's just the flavor of your wizard or sorcerer magic.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You can assume whatever you like, really.
No, but I'm just like it's important because if you obviously appear to be a warlock, Serathil may have to say a few things.
No, don't worry about
She
it.
just really loves pop punk.
Yeah.
All right, let's set up that future combat. Good stuff. Thrash the
We love
troublesome.
little
It entirely depends on who her patron is, honestly.
It's her patron is Bill Cosby.
One of the good ones.
One
One of the good ones.
Okay, not Bill Cosby then.
Not Bill Cosby, yeah. Not Bill Cosby.
One of the good ones, it might be okay. Maybe.
Thrash.
But yeah, with 14 damage, that will be her turn.
Yep. Then it's Thrash's turn. You're up.
Okay, my
Where are you?
baba
There you are.
the black thrash, the barbarian, black sheep thrash, would like to hit the bird with the axe again. Yay. I got a 10, that's doing nothing.
Throwing me
That's gonna do
curveballs. You still have advantage, so why don't you roll again if you want to?
Advantage. Let's see. I definitely want to. That is a 16.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Roll damage.
Okay, well, just in case this is the killing blow, I'd like to attempt to decapitate it.
Always with the decapitations.
So 6, that would be an 8.
An 8. You know what?
Savage.
That's just enough to kill it. There you go. So
Sweet.
now that this chicken, vulture, crab, praying mantis is dead, why don't you tell me how you kill it?
Okay. So she just sort of spins her axe around in her hand, and she's like, that's enough of this shit, and she runs up, and she just jumps, because tabaxis have fast movement, so I'll double my movement speed for that one, semantics, and just slam down, like, anime style, with the axe, like, going down, and how their legs sort of swing back, and just bang, and it just shatters the bone, and the head just goes rolling, and you can like see like the spinal cord just cut in half, and it's just like still sending blood out of the bottom of the neck, and Thrash is just being coated in blood, and it's just dead.
Alright, tell you what, Lady Athera, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Beard
18.
18, that's good enough. As you see this thing's head roll by your feet, you can see that its eyes don't have pupils. It's more like a mass of indentations, almost like it's not sensing vision at all. It's like a whole bunch of audio sensors, as it were, as opposed to visual sense. Yeah, just a little bit of tidbit of knowledge for you. Who do we have next? We have Darendil, and it's Darendil's turn. He is like 5 feet up the wall at the moment. What does he want to do? And Darendil, of course, is controlled by Toby Maguire.
Yes. He's going to just scuttle up the wall a little bit with his climbing speed, and then digging his claws in, he's going to rake at it once, then swap hands and rake at it with his other hand and do 2 claw attacks.
I'll allow it.
This bad boy. For a 13 for the first one.
13 on the first one is a miss.
He's going to swap hands and go for like a jab shank, and it's chicken ribs.
Chicken ribs.
For an even less.
For a 9. Unfortunately, a 9 is not going to be enough. Serathel is next if Darendil doesn't have anything else he wants to do. I'm assuming not.
That's
No. Alright, so Serathel, you're up. One of these
which
creatures
direction?
is dead. One of them is still alive.
Which direction did you say we heard the other scritchety sounds from?
From the east.
East, back that way. Alright, cool. So I'm going to move along the wall here, staying out of his reach. Just make sure I got a good clear shot, and I'm going to go pew pew with my hand crossbow.
You're going to go pew pew. Are you going to make those sounds while you do it?
I might. I'm just checking something that I might actually do something else. Why don't they come up in here? That's really silly, they should. Yeah, no, actually I'm going to cast Sacred Flame instead, cantrip.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred
Yes.
Flame. Alright.
So again, I'm just gonna hold my shield out towards it, and the little orb in the middle top part of the shield will sort of glow up, take fire in sort of like yellowy orange fire, and then just like will sort of like reflect. It won't like have a beam or anything, but
Yep.
then like as he pushes it towards the thing, just like a burst of flame will erupt around it.
Cool.
So Dex save DC 14.
Dex save. Alright. Are these things particularly dexterous? Let's find out. No, they're not. 8, so it fails. How much damage is he going to take?
D8, let's see, 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah.
Of course, you roll a 7 and a
Better.
D8. There we go. Yeah, it starts thrashing around on the wall, almost losing its purchase, with its hooks like dug into some cracks in the wall. Jim Jar. It's your turn, buddy.
Jim Jar, that's me. So one's dead. Now, when he hid, did he hide from this other one? Did this other one...
You don't know.
Well, if he peers around the corner and shoots, does he get advantage
No.
for not being... Okay. And are these guys within 5 feet of the creature, or is the creature still up in the air?
It's still up in the air. So Darendelle is within 5 feet, but Eldeth is in 10 feet.
Okay, that works for
That
me.
works.
For an 11 to hit.
Ugh, an 11 to hit. No.
Which one? So then he's going to do the same thing and try to get a little bit in there and try to stealth again for a
Alright.
17.
For a 17. Okay, not too bad. Pretty good stealth check. As far as he can tell, he's been pretty quiet. Eldeth Feldrin. You're up.
I would like to hit it with my bow. Is it still at disadvantage?
We said no. No, you can hit it with your bow.
Sorry,
Because
it's just
of
taking my heart a minute.
Some rules lawyer that we have here.
Not.
Okay, that's an 18 to hit.
Alright. That hits.
Yay! Okie dokie. Let's see that damage. Oh, yay! 6 damage.
6 points of damage. Alright. Okay, chipping away. Chipping away.
Yeah.
Another arrow finds purchase, this time of the creature's elbow, sort of where the skin flap of the chicken sort of attaches to the elbow back there, and the creature flexes its arm and it gets stuck in between the two parts of the ball joint, and you can see that the arrow sort of bend and snap. And then it's Shusha's turn. And I'm
I
assuming
don't think he's going to do much.
not going to do much. All right, cool. Then
Nah,
it's my
dodge action.
dead creature's turn, and that's when we arrive at round 3. And on round 3 is when the next creature is going to make its entrance into this combat, as another one comes crawling along the side of the wall towards the east. Let's chuck that one on the map.
Fine. The only person who's taken damage in this combat is Eldeth, so
Whoops.
we're still all looking pretty.
Go.
What?
I can heal her if we need to. I'm just holding off.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather we run, but you can't really do
Whoops.
that.
What's happening?
I feel like they're faster than us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll
not
figure it out.
Crash, but faster than the rest of us.
Nope, that's on the other side.
Yeah.
It comes crawling along the wall, scampering. What's it got? 30 feet, so it's going to go 5, 10. I'm going to say it gets to around about there. It's 20 foot up. It's 20 foot high on the southern wall there. Let's add you to the combat tracker as well now. There
All
you go.
good. I can climb.
So we're at the top of round 3, and it is Turvey's turn.
Alright. Well, same again. Crossbow.
Toby. Alright, fire your crossbow. You may fire when ready.
Excellent. Oh.
I'll switch back to the log so everyone can see what's happening. There we go. Have you rolled?
No, I was just reading something else. Sorry, I'm rolling.
Stop it.
Oh no.
Oh,
That one.
natural 1. So I believe I am entitled to a complication.
Yes.
What's the complication going to be for Turvy? I know, something that's fun. Turvy takes a step back and sort of brace himself before he fires his crossbow, and he steps into this unusual green sludge that's behind him, sort of pooling on the floor. He's going to take a D6 of acid damage. I'll roll that. I want to roll some kind of damage before we finish this combat. So 2 points of acid damage to Turvy.
Right.
Does that mean
Now
there's a
on
slime
31.
here?
I don't know, does it?
I mean, it could be.
Could be. Would I be willing to put you through that length of combat? I don't know. Maybe.
Yes.
Good answer. Unless he wants to do anything else, it'll be Bapido's turn.
Well, that was his action. Just seeing if there's anything you can do as a bonus that's any good. Doesn't appear. So yeah, no, that's gonna be pretty much it, I think.
Pretty much it?
Yep.
Okay. A good turn. He's taking a little bit of damage. That's fun. Then we have Bapido. Bapido, what do you want to do? Who's controlling Bapido?
He's finished loading his light crossbow, so he's going to move down the center here and shoot up at the one to the left that's clinging on the wall. But
Okay.
It is a large crossbow.
5.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You cannot make this shit up. Natural 1. I will get you, Toby, to roll a 50% chance to hit Darendil by accident. Yeah, Darendil. That's correct.
Roll like a D100 or roll like a
I'll let you
D8?
choose. I'll let you choose, just as long as it's a 50% chance.
I'll roll a D100, and if it's above a 50 or above, it hits Darendil.
50 or above, it's going to hit Darendil. I like it.
Ooh, just missed it.
There you go. Just
Good one.
missed. It's all happening
What's
right
different?
here. So Darendil's like clawing at this thing, and an arrow just narrowly avoids his hand, almost like when you're playing that game with a knife and you put it in between your fingers. This arrow just clack up against the stone wall, right in between his fingers. And next up, it's going to be Ron's turn.
Seeing this one in the air, he is going to.
Take an attack at Lady Aethera, who insulted him multiple times. Is that right?
Is it? Oh, I thought he was just going to throw a javelin at this one in the air.
I mean, you know.
He can try.
I'll leave that up to you.
A reason to bloody off him. I know he will move this way and then throw a javelin up at this creature in the air.
All right. Let's. Can Ront see in the dark?
I'd say so.
That's what I want to know. An orc can see in the dark, can't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So no problem. He can see in the dark. With a javelin with an 11 to hit. It's almost as if he can't see in the dark because that's a miss.
That's his turn.
It's his turn. All right. Oh yes, it's one of my creatures' turn. He's got 2 people next to him. They're both attacking him, so let's roll another d4. 1, 2 is Eldeth, 3, 4 is Derendil. It's a 2, ladies and gentlemen. I finally get my wish. I get to kill someone. Let's go. Natural 1. So I believe
Fall off the wall now.
you guys are entitled to a complication. Who wants
Yeah,
to...
I want that. I
Yeah.
wanted to fall off the wall.
Alright, it's going to fall off the wall and take 1d6 falling damage as it does so.
Which one's falling?
The one on the left, so the westernmost creature is
How's,
going to fall.
If it falls though, how's Eldeth looking?
Shush.
Because it's a complication for the creature and not for you guys, I'm just going to shunt them one off to the right. Yeah?
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
So we're just going to shunt them over
Love it.
there, and the creature falls, and it's going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gonna take some longsword damage soon.
You're going to take some longsword damage. Shut up, you.
Hey, if it's not careful, it'll get a smite too.
It still has an attack. So I'm going to roll another d4, and it's a 3, so it's attacking Darendil with a 16 to hit, which is going to be hit. Hooray!
It's. I don't
For
know if it's just his health though.
9 points of damage. I can adjust it.
That's right. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. It's not adjusting for me.
Well,
Oh yeah, no, now it
Oh, yeah.
did. Good.
Sweet.
Sareth, Sikarik. Oh,
Wait. He is going to move up to the one that's looking a little bit crispy. That's within his 30 feet. So it should be good. And then I am going to schmack a schmack with the... Sorry, it took a while to load. Short sword. And that is a 21.
There he is. 21. Yes, that is unsurprisingly a hit. Now that this thing is within your reach, you are within your legal rights to hit it with a sword.
Amazing. Okay, let's do the damage. That is 6 damage to the bird, chicken, crab hybrid.
6 damage to the bird, chicken, crab hybrid. Alright. That does do some damage. You slide the sharp end of your short sword along its thigh, and more of this thick, like reddish brown ooze just escapes from the wound. You have to remember to thoroughly clean your sword afterwards, lest you contract whatever it is that you get when you eat uncooked chicken.
Salmonella.
Salmonella, that's the one. And it
Bird
is
flu.
Duel's turn, and he's going to do the same thing as he did before, which means it's Perseus' turn.
the newest one that came into the fray. How high was that one hanging up against the wall?
20 feet up. I can put that on his elevation. 20 feet. Boom, boom, boom. 20. There you go. 20 feet up.
Okay. And I was to cast a spell that had a 15-foot cube reach. Could I 3-dimension cast that upwards?
15-foot cube from where you're standing.
I'm going to move. I'm just saying if, like, instead of like...
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, as long as you're somewhere within 5 to 10 feet of it, you should be able to probably do that, yes. So, if
Okay,
let's say if you're standing 5 foot away, you can put it up there.
Yeah. So my little hobo Gandalf stuff is still up, and I can just see the very edge of this thing up on the wall, and I can't reach it, and I don't know how to reach it, so I am going to just do like a sprinter stance, do a half step back, and then sprint at the wall, and then I'm going to, with my shield, jump and shoulder barge the rock, like the wall face, and cast Thunderwave up the rock. Trying to
Thunderwave
check out.
up the rock. All right.
Yes. Make a
Talk to me about
Constitution
Thunderwave.
saving throw.
In like 300 feet of us just heard that.
Can you chuck
yeah.
that in the log for me so that everyone at home can also see what Thunderwave does? So,
Is it
a
300 feet or just 100?
wave
so-
of thunderous force sweeps out. Oh, actually, no, Toby, you describe this spell. It's your spell.
So it's a 15-foot cube of thunderous force. It's like a big thunder impact happening. So as my shield barge hits the wall, it's going to be a big thunderous boom and crawl up the wall and crack it. And then each creature within a 15-foot cube, originating from me, it's like Constitution saving throw. Failed save, it takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from me. So I'm hoping this might probably be bad for me and shake it loose, but hopefully it's going to shake it loose.
Natural 20 on the con saving throw.
Awesome, it just succeeds.
The
So
22.
it's not pushed.
Yep.
But I think it takes half damage. Yeah, so it takes half damage, but isn't pushed.
All right, roll some damage for me. And,
The thunderous boom is audible out to 300 feet as well. So it takes 4 points of thunder damage,
4
but it
points
isn't moved.
of thunder damage, but it isn't moved. Just give me 1 second.
And here's just a loud thunder crack as my shoulder hits the wall.
Roll another d6 for me.
Okay.
4.
4. So it's going to take. How much damage did you say it was going to take?
It took 4 from the initial one, and then on the new d6 I rolled another 4.
So it's going to take 8 points of damage. You see it recoil in absolute terror from this loud sound that you've made. It shrieks and starts thrashing around. It still keeps its purchase on the wall. But as you cast this spell, it's almost like time sort of slows down for you, Perseus. And you don't even hear the sound of your own spell. You hear a deep and authoritative voice in your head. And it says, "You shall be my herald." Boom! You cast the spell, and this creature takes an extra, 4 points of damage. So
Goosebumps.
there we go.
That's my turn.
That's the end of your turn. Then it is Lady Aethera's turn.
Seeing now that this creature's looking a little bit damaged, she's going to clap her scythe and her hands together, and this ringing noise begins to vibrate around the creature's head. Can she please make a wisdom saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw. All right. Natural 4.
Cool. So it fails,
Yes.
and because it is missing HP, it bumps up its damage from a D8 to a D12, so it takes 1D12 damage.
All right.
Just tell the
And
dead.
Yeah.
is there an audible component to this? Check it in the
Dramatic, yeah.
check it in the game log. Let's have a look.
Yeah, somatic and vocabulary. So,
Vocal. Check it in the game log. I want to have a quick look. I want to see what it says.
how do I do this?
You should have the spell description open. It should be down the bottom, I think it is.
Oh, there we go. It's at the top, actually.
It's at the top. Alright. Thanks for correcting me. Don't do it again. You point at one creature that you can see within range, and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw with 1d8 necrotic damage. The target is missing any of its hit points. Alright. No, that's fine. So it's going to take 10 points of damage from that. Is
Yes.
that correct? Alright, so... Nice. Good stuff. You want to do
Ending
anything
her
else?
turn.
Ending
No,
her
that's
turn.
it.
Alright, cool. Then we go to... Oh, it's its turn. It doesn't like you very much, Perseus. You specifically. So it's going to crawl down 10 feet. I thought it was... Yes. It was 20 feet up, so let's change that down to 10 feet. And it's going to take 2 attacks at you. Attack number 1. 17. Miss. Attack number 2. There we go. That's more like it. 24.
Oh, yeah, hits.
Alright, give me some damage here. 9 points of damage. As this hooked claw sinks in to your clavicle. Ending its turn and bringing us around to Thrash the Troublesome's next turn. What do you want to do? Perseus is looking hurt.
Well, I can't heal him. I can put him out of his misery, but I
Yep.
can't heal him.
Alright, I'll let you roll that with advantage.
I'm good, thank you. I would like to use my movement speed. Thrash, seeing the creature on the roll, is like, she can play at that game. Grabs her axe, slings it on her back. I would like to climb up the wall and use my claws
Alright,
to
alright.
carve out its ears.
Carve out
Or
its ears.
lack thereof. Lack thereof, but any damage, eyes or ears, I don't really mind.
Well, it's
eyes
got
would
these
probably hurt
two
more, but they're blind.
bulbous sort of things where its eyes would normally be, but instead of like with like eyeballs and irises, it's just like this mass of like small holes, almost like 2 beehives like growing out of its face, and they seem to vibrate every time someone makes a sound. But yeah, you can.
I will smash them. I'll just
Sorry. My
I
camera
will
just zoomed in
scrap-
on Spider-Man in the background for a second there, thinking that was who it was supposed to be zooming in on.
Oh, you know.
I will climb up the wall
Yep.
and I will use my claws to cave their face in.
Alright.
Oh yes, that is a 24 to hit. 19 on the die.
Alright.
Oh, that's great. This is great. Okay.
I live to make my players happy.
5, 6, 7. That is 7 damage to the eyes of the
7.
CCV chicken, crab, vulture.
Because you're not using your axe, you're using your claws, right? Can you
Yeah.
bonus action attack with your offhand?
Sven,
Oh, you're looking at me.
attack with my back.
Well, I mean,
Darendil was doing it.
Darendil was doing it.
Open hands, whack with one, whack with the other.
He has multi-attack.
He has multi-attack, so that's the difference there. He wasn't using
Yeah,
the
but-
bonus action to attack with his offhand.
Most characters do that. Though.
I guess leopards would sort of.
2 hands.
Give me your inspiration, I'll allow it.
Tempting, but I am very good at this game and I'll probably get it back, but I don't know how long's left. Yeah, I'll use my inspo, why not?
Why not? If you use it,
Okay.
I'll even, I'll tell you what, because it's inspiration, I'll even allow you to add your strength mod to the attack. Because I'm just that nice of a guy.
Sweet sauce. Okay. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does 10 damage to the eyes.
Well, I mean,
of
you've got to
this.
hit it first, right?
Yeah.
I've already hit it. 24, didn't I?
No,
Yeah.
you got to roll your second.
That was the first attack.
Oh.
You still gotta roll a second
okay,
attack.
crispy.
If you don't want to do it, you can take your inspiration back, but you do have to roll another
No.
attack first.
I will do it. Thank you.
Okay.
15, 16, 17, 18.
18 to hit. Yep. You hit it.
Yep.
There you go.
Sweet.
There you go.
Uh,
Don't say I never give you
take
anything.
that claws. That is 6 damage, so that is, how much is that? 6, 7, 8, 8 and 8. Math.
Boom, done. You did it. You hit
Sweet.
it. Congratulations. You hit it twice. Nice job. Thank you to
Did it do anything?
thank you to the rules lawyer, our resident rules lawyer, for bringing up. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm taking aim at you because I wanted to give Toby a break tonight, so I'm just taking aim at you tonight.
Appreciate it.
Mark.
We can switch. We can rotate every week. We just like, what's it called? Roast each other.
Can it be my turn next?
Definitely.
Yeah?
I mean, sure.
I'll even let
Yeah.
people in the chat jump in and give me their best shot.
Alright.
Let's do
That-
it.
So is that from now or is that next stream?
Oh, I mean, I'll let you decide. You can start now if you want to start now.
Okay, let's start now.
I want to wait until at least the combat's over.
Alright, so we have Darendil.
So this thing's now on the ground. I'm gonna just be like stalking kind of left and right, waiting for an opportunity for this thing to like move in a certain way, and he's gonna lash out twice with his claws again. First one being a 17 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit. No, I'm not Spider-Man. Stop zooming on Spider-Man.
That's a 5 points of slashing damage for the first one,
5 points of slashing
and then
damage.
his second attack's 14 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. And that'll be his turn there, just prowling around, trying to get more claws in there.
Alright, cool. That's the end of his turn, so then we go to the lovely and well-presented Serathol Duscream. There you go.
Alright.
That better?
Right, so he's going to move up since this fucker's on the ground now. And take a crack with his greatsword.
Take a crack with his
Fucking
greatsword. Longsword.
Longsword. Sorry, this isn't Gary, this is Serathol. Alright, rolling to hit.
Yeah, there's technically no difference between a longsword and a greatsword.
Yeah, no, technically.
12. Nope, that's not going to hit.
That was horrible. I don't have inspiration, so there's not really much I can do about it. Oh well.
Oh well.
That's me.
Next up on round 3 is everyone's favourite. It's Jim Jar, the gambler.
Jim Jar's going to pop around the corner and shoot at this one over here to his left. Was he hidden from the creature?
Sorry?
Was Jim Jar hidden?
If you're asking whether or not you're going to get this shot with advantage, I believe that you are. Yeah, sure, why not?
For Chariot for a 14 for a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yep, that's a hit.
It's the same. That was with his the short sword button, but it's the same for his hand crossbow.
Yep, that's right.
So we've got 8 piercing damage, and then because he's got some allies around, he's going to get some sneaky attack in there as well
Oh, little son of a bitch. Sneaky
for
little bastard.
14 damage.
14 points of damage. It's a crunchy hit. Jim
Then he's
Jar,
going to
really carrying the party.
jump behind this dead one and attempt to hide behind it there.
Okay.
For a bonus action.
Roll another stealth check. Ooh.
Yeah.
Clips his foot on this thing's beak as he runs past, and it scrapes along the floor, its severed head, and bumps up against the rock wall. Not quite as sure about whether or not he's well hidden as he was last time.
That
Elder
is his
Feldrum.
turn.
Okay, I would like to stab it. Let's see. That will do absolute jack. That is a 6.
6? Yeah, no, miss. Sorry.
Oh, what? Sorry, what was that? A hit? Okay, yep, I'll start rolling.
Yes, I did hit you for 5d8 damage. So, Eldeth, you're going to take 20 points of damage.
That'd be instant
death
death.
saves. Amazing. Oh, instant death. Sweet.
Oh, not quite.
Alright, anything else that Eldeth wants to do with her spectacular turn?
That's it. That is literally it. Thank you, everyone.
Shusha, I'm assuming, is going to do the same thing as before.
Yep.
It's still, that creature is still dead. No one has resurrected it yet, unfortunately. So, Toby, you're up.
Alright, so Toby, being a little bit displeased with the acid that he just stepped in, he's going to move up. Now I'm wondering, if he's on this side, and these guys are on this side, does he get a flanking bonus to a melee attack?
Yes, he does.
Is it a +2 or a +4?
I think I said +2, didn't I? Does that sound fair? +2?
Sounds familiar.
+2's fine.
Sweet. So he has a multi-attack, so he's going to take 2 attacks with his short sword. Here's the first one. So even with the +2, that's probably not going to do anything.
A
so
7, no.
That one.
And a 5. And a natural. Another natural
Another
one.
nat one. Alright, I'm switching to manual dice rolling for the rest of the night. I have dice cam set up. I'm over these electronic things.
That's fine. I trust you, despite my
Oh, like I said, I can show you what I roll
better judgment.
by doing this.
Yeah, but you could have pre-recorded that.
Okay, so here it is. I'm reaching for the dice now.
Yeah, he's recording this for sure.
Yeah, you've recorded
So
this.
recorded.
Man, I can see the little progress bar at the bottom. You forgot to edit that out.
Alright, so
Salute.
ask me for a dice roll. I've got a bunch of dice here. I can pick them at random and roll whatever you want to roll. as long as you
Yeah,
don't get
because
too
you pre-recorded them all. You just play whichever one that we say you should do.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, 4 nat 20s in a row? Who would have guessed?
Roll a d6, a d4, and a d. Shut up. Can you roll
I
that?
don't know how to roll a D. Shut up. Let's give you the other 2.
Just all
There you
6
go.
sides.
4
of
total.
Yeah, look, they're both 2s. Ooh. There's a chance of that happening. Anyway, where were we? That's his turn finished. I'm not going to give him complication just because I'm being a little bit lazy. We've had enough of those. So, Bapido, it's Bapido's turn.
If his massive whiff last turn, he's going to kind of move back a bit and just spend his whole turn loading his crossbow in frustration.
Alright. It's this damn thing, he says as he steps back, slapping his crossbow on the side, trying to get the string to draw back. Now it's Ront's turn.
Ront, that is me. He's gonna slide back a little bit, try to get a bit of an angle, and throw it up to try to hit a javelin on this this creature to the south of him. Ront. And yeet. But 10, so no.
10.
Won't
Nope.
hit.
It's not gonna hit. I'm going to turn Spider-Man around. There we go.
And Ront kind of like kicks the ground in a little bit of anger, and that is his turn.
Kicks the ground. He's like, oh, goddamn chicken bird things, crabs.
Chicken bird, vulture crabs.
Chicken bird, vulture crabs. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. And it is this creature's turn, and I am going to make it make an attack. How many do we have around it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's roll a d10. So starting from the top and making our way down clockwise. Let's roll that. D10, so 3. So I'll do 3. It's going to be Darendil again.
Hanky boy.
For the first attack, at least.
Person to attack.
So an
Best
8.
person.
So for a 14.
That hits.
Hits for 11 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then its second attack, I'm going to roll that d10 again. Come on, Eldeth. There we go. Nope, it's going to be Darendil again.
Yeah.
This thing does not like Darendil. And
not.
that's a miss. So, there you go. That was my last opportunity. And I just blew it. Sarah's turn. You have a chance.
I'm
You have a chance
to kill it? Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stab it.
to negotiate with
flanking.
it and accept
15.
it as your
Plus
patron
2.
and god. Yes, that's a hit.
Awesome. 4 damage. And just on that, I have a theory that Shroom is controlling him, and so, yeah. I don't think he can worship anyone while he's being mind controlled. But anyway,
Hey,
that's just a theory, a game theory.
everyone is allowed to worship whatever they want, okay? This is a free and open society. Stool's turn, still hiding. Perseus' turn, also still hiding. Right? No? Perseus, you're up.
Yes. I have no range except for one thing, so I'm going to stab my longsword into the ground, reach to my boot and pull out a dagger and hold it by the blade, and then do the whole one eye closed, tongue out of the corner of the mouth. And then I'm going to take a big, deep breath in to settle myself, and also do second wind to get some hit points back. To get nice 8 hit points back.
Alright.
And then I'm going to
Go
attempt
forever.
to just the one eye closed, tongue out, throw the dagger at this boy hanging up on the ceiling
Sort of got
for a 19 to hit.
one of each of its limbs sort of jammed into small crevices. It's using those hooks to sort of hold itself up while it sort of takes swipes at you. 19 points of damage. 19 to hit, so 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Alright. Yeah, good hit.
And that's, yeah, main action, bonus action. See that? And now I have no range. And then I took my sword back up and just feel like, fuck. And just look up at it.
There you go. Nicely done. Lady Athera Westington.
I'm going to do what I did last time, and do cast Eldritch, not Eldritch Blast, Toll the Dead on him. Can you make a Wisdom save for me, please?
I can. I'll make a gentlemanly wisdom save. Oh, my thing moved. Crap, now I can't see it. Why did it do that? It's annoying. Wisdom save. Oh, there it is. Fails.
Takes 3 necrotic damage.
3 necrotic damage.
And she's going to move this way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ending her turn.
Ending her turn, which means it's going to be my creature's turn. And the only one in striking range is still Perseus, so I guess it's just going to do what it does and take a couple attacks.
Wait.
20 to hits.
He hits.
Oh, max damage, 14 points of damage.
Ouch.
I think I had second wind.
Yes, good thing you used it. Second hit. There we go, natural 19. Now we're talking. Where were these rolls at the start of the combat? For 10 points of damage.
Oh.
Down you go.
Oh. Okay,
Damn it.
yeah, no, okay, good. Yep. Oh boy. Yep.
You
I'm unconscious.
throw your dagger, leaving you otherwise undefended. The dagger hits it, but it shakes off the damage, sinking one claw into one of your shoulder blades. You try and reach down for your sword, and as you do so, the other claw sinks into your other shoulder blade, digging in between where the shoulder meets the clavicle, stopping your arm from moving, and it actually holds you there and lifts you a couple of feet up off the ground before the hook sort of let go and your body slumps back to the ground.
Ow.
Unconscious, but not dead.
Big L.
Alright, that's its turn. Yay, now I'm having fun. Thrash, you're up.
Okay, well, that puts a bit of a spanner in the plan I was having.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's not the end of its turn. Sorry. It's going to move 20 feet up the wall as well.
Oh, that's fine. Two can play at that game. So, here's the moment where Grace comes up with a stupid plan and then has to convince you why this plan would work, and you have to make.
This is my favourite part of every episode. You know that,
yeah,
right?
this is everyone's favourite bit. All right, let's go.
So, hear me out, and I'm probably just exhausted, but I would like to climb up the wall above the creature and pile drive it into the floor while also sinking my claws into its neck.
Wow.
So like I'm sort of, the way I pictured it would be back to the wall, pushing it with my feet, which have claws in them, and then just John Cena-ing it into the floor. But hey.
What's your movement speed? What's your climb speed?
Well,
Sorry.
My climbing speed is 30 feet, but since I haven't moved... Oh, no, I did move last turn. Tabaxis do have this thing where they can double their speed, but since I moved last turn, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet. So it's already 30 feet up. You got to
I'll
move.
crash tackle it.
You got to move
If
5
it's not-
feet to it. Then you've got to move 25 feet up. So you can get to it, but you're below it.
I'm already on the wall, though.
Are you? I thought you were.
Yeah, last turn.
I thought you were over there.
I climbed up and I clawed its eyes out.
You haven't moved yourself. Well, let's put you over there then. All right. So I'm going to say it's. You can crawl up the wall. You can be just above it.
Okay.
As far as elevation is concerned.
Yes.
And you don't have any inspiration left, so I'm going to give you a choice. You can grapple it, and if you successfully grapple this thing, on your next turn, I will allow you to just grab it and throw it 30 feet down to the ground. Or you can make your attack.
Choices. No, I'm gonna go for the spicy option. I'm going to attempt to grapple it. Let's see how that goes.
Alright, I like it.
What roll is that? Is that strength? Or dex, or
Whatever one's better for
athletics?
you. Actually, athletics. Yeah, it is athletics. They can choose, not you. What does he want to do? Yeah, he's going to use his strength. Ooh, I rolled well, so you're going to need to roll quite high.
Okay. Let's just get the crystal in my hand before I do. 21! 21?
I rolled a
21.
19.
Oh. Yeah.
Your
Crash.
grappled bird, chicken, vulture.
You have it. It's
Yes.
grappled. And now I have to remember what the rules for grappled are. Because I
I'm
always
so happy.
forget.
Thank you. I love that you entertain me. It's the best.
Hey, I mean, I've got to entertain someone, right? Alright. Right, well, you've got it grappled. You've crawled up there. You've got one arm around its weird neck that's sort of like got this extra flaps of skin hanging off it, a bit like a vulture. And you've got it. It's grappled. It can't move. And on your next turn, absolutely, you can throw this thing down to the ground, and I'll even let you make an attack while you're doing that.
Yes.
If it's not dead by then. Darendil, you're up.
Yeah, he's going to do what he does best and just do 2 claws at it.
Yep.
For 15 for the first one.
15. Yeah, that's a hit.
Nice. So 9 points of slashing damage.
And you disembowel it.
Nice.
He just takes a running slide underneath it with his claws. He just rakes the bottom of this creature, and it just cuts it open from sternum to scrotum, and this gross browny red sort of entrails just spill out all over Darendel, and this creature dies. Nice. Anything else?
That's it. That's him done. Yeah, he's going to stand and look around for any more of them.
Alright, then we go to the lovely Serathil Duskrin. It's your turn.
Alright. I'm not going to be able to get all the way there. Alright, fair enough. I'm going to move. Since that one's dead. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can probably see Perseus on the ground there, but there's not much I can do about that. So, Thrash is holding on to this guy, right?
Yes.
Right, so if I wanted to shoot it with my... Its grapple just means its movement speed is 0, so like, it's I get advantage or anything, but how much chance is there that I'll hit Thrash?
Just don't roll a natural 1.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot it with my hand
Just hit me, I'm raging. It's half damage. I've taken no damage this whole combat, so...
Well, 18 to hit.
Look, at this point, there's one of these things left. It can't move. There's 13 of you guys. I'm going to go into the fatality stage. I'm going to go around the board, and I'm going to ask you all what your plan to do is. Then when I have everyone's idea, I'm going to see if I can string it all together in a cinematic ending to this creature. Let's start with you, because it is your turn. Serathil, what's your plan?
Well, I guess I'd be, having managed to hit and rolled a little bit of damage. I reckon I'd be aiming for its sensory things, just to try and keep it distracted while Thrash has hold of it and is obviously about to try and pile drive it into the ground. So I just want to sort of lend my efforts to that escapade.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to try and shoot it in the eye.
Shoot it in its weird eyeball. Who would go after that? I'm just going to do your main characters, not the NPCs. So after that would normally be... what do we got? Perseus? Yep.
Do I do death save or?
Oh yeah, that's right. Don't worry about it. And then Lady Aethera, what would you do in this situation?
Seeing everyone just getting slowly taken down, probably just, try to just like hold its mind, destroy its mind as it's getting attacked with like some Toll the Dead.
Some Toll the Dead? Alright. I am going to allow it to have one last attack on Thrash with a 15 to hit. That's a hit.
Yes.
For 14 points of damage, so half that.
Sweet, so 7 damage.
7 points of damage. As you have this thing, like you have your big, bulky cat arm wrapped around its neck. It's like desperately trying to claw at you and push you off. And when all of a sudden this crossbow bolt comes streaking out of the darkness and slams into this thing's eyes, and it recoils back from this damage, you manage to rip it off from its purchase on the wall, and you push yourself off the wall. And as you're falling, Lady Aethera, you cast your spell at exactly the right time. So as they hit the ground, it coincides exactly with the sound of your Toll the Dead. So it hits the ground, it's like dong, and you can see both of its whatever it has for eyes just sort of burst as you hit the ground, and Thrash, you sink your claws sort of into its sort of beak as you hit the ground. The force forces its beak open, and you just pull both sides of its jaw far wider than it's supposed to go, with a loud and sickening crack, and its tongue sort of flops around and then falls limp next to its body, right next to Perseus's limp body.
Yeah, that's how bad.
And as Thrash is falling to the ground, she's not sure why, but in the back of her head, all she can hear is dun da da da, dun da da da.
Alright, nice, excellent.
Alright, so I think after that I might have to wander over here and do a bit of a cure wounds.
I think that would be best.
Yes, that's my last. That should be marked off already. It's not. That's my last spell slot for the day, but it's 11 points for Perseus.
Thank you very much.
All good. I do still have lay on hands, so I've got a little bit more healing if we need it.
How many pounds of food is that, Sven? Now that we've killed them.
Well, I'll tell you what.
To collect it.
We'll go for a short break. It's already fairly late. It's almost 11 o'clock. So we'll go for a short break. We'll come back. We'll find out how many pounds of food you managed to cut off these chicken crabs. Hook horrors, as they're collectively known in Forgotten Realms lore.
Chicken crabs now.
Chicken crabs now.
Chicken crabs.
So Wizards of the Coast, you're going to need to go back through all of your source books, do a recall, and rename all of your hook horrors to chicken crabs.
Yep.
And
CCV for the long version, chicken crab vulture.
You need to add testicles to their artwork as well. We've also established that. So get on it. We'll give you a couple of weeks. But for anyone that's watching the stream live, stick with us. We'll be back in somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes, and we will get into a little bit of roleplay. We'll find out what happens in the aftermath of this almost deadly battle. We'll be right back, guys. Thank you very much. When I do the right thing. There we go.